everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Erica, or Ricky Mickey Plans, and I'm here to plan another week because the weeks keep coming, so we keep planning. This is the week of March 24th through the 30th, last full week of March, and we are back to school after a week off from spring break. This is just my little to-do list that I wrote myself before spring break so I wouldn't forget some stuff I needed to do when I came back from spring break. You gotta write it down or you forget. At least I do. All right, I am planning this week in yellow because the first day of spring was this week, and it doesn't feel like spring yet. In fact, it felt like spring the week before. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Midwest living, that's just how it is. But as far as spring goes, we have yellow daffodils and we have yellow forsythia. So I'm going with yellow. I didn't have any yellow daffodil stickers or yellow forsythia stickers, but I do have yellow, whatever these are. I guess these are roses. I do have these. These are from Heather Kell's volume 3 of the Roy G. Biv boxes and florals. I wish she would do more of these, but she does a whole lot, so this is what I like. All right. Best part of the disc bound system is you can take your pages off to work with them flat, which means this is what I'm working with. So I'm going to take this yellow section. The whole Roy G. Biv thing is she had, one color for, all the colors of the rainbow, or one section for all the colors of the rainbow. And so I'm going to stick with this yellow one. So then I have to decide corners, one big solid or several bigs. I think I'm going to use this one. This is going to be a pretty typical looking spread for me. Last week, I went kind of neurotypical. I don't know. I went a little crazy in a good way and got creative and had some fun with my planner and with decorating it. This week, I'm going pretty simple and standard, which means I'm starting. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's where that's going because her stickers don't pull up easily. Yeah, okay. Did you see that? I didn't want it to do that because I don't like that little end right there. Ugh. But my sticker just kind of decided that's where it was going to go. I think I'm going to try to cut off this little green leaf because I just don't like see the blunt cut right there? I don't want that blunt cut. It's not a good look. It's just not a good look. Okay, that's not a perfect cut either, but that is what happens because my sticker decided to kind of jump onto the page. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off because a lot of times I will leave them hanging in case I decide to move things around. But as you saw, these stickers don't come off the page easily anyway. So it's staying. So there's no reason to wait on cutting off that excess. But I do need to finish this off. So yeah. Yeah, that's frustrating. All right, before I do that, do I want to use a similar sticker on this side? No, I do not. I don't like it when the pages look like when you can see they're the same sticker. Does that make sense? I don't mind that they look like they go together. I just don't like them to look like a copy of each other. So I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to try to do it on my own accord. And I'm not putting the whole thing on there because it takes up a little more space than I want it to. And that one jumped down too. I like her stickers a lot. I don't like that once they go down, they're down. Like there's no repositioning ability. I mean, I guess I could if I got to undo, but that seems like an awful lot of work. Yeah, if you didn't see this spread that I did last week with these kind of quilted flowers, please go back and check. It'd be the one right before this in the list of my videos. But it was a lot. Don't worry, I didn't make you watch me do that in real time. That would be crazy. It would have been a really long video. Um, but I don't know. I love how it turned out, and I'm going to have to do it again sometime when I'm not on a break and my planner's sitting out on my desk so I can see it a little bit more because I didn't use my planner a ton on spring break. I mean, you get it. It's spring break, right? Like, I don't know. It's just not a lot of planning going on, right? I had some things to do, but mostly we were just winging it, and it was lovely to just be winging it. So I'm going to take half of this sticker here, and I'm going to try to control it. Okay. And then hopefully this other half will work on the other side. It's not perfect. I'd like it to be a little longer, and I could just grab another. I mean, I've got plenty of stickers. Should I just grab another? I think I will. I mean, like I said, I have plenty of stickers. What am I saving it for at this point? So let's pull this guy. And again, I don't want it to go on the entire, I don't want to take up too much working space here, but I'll take up some. And go sort of like this. Ta-da! Now, so she gave me a corner sticker, right? But if you notice, I don't know if you can see, I didn't put it on lined up with the corner. I didn't even put it up on lined up with her right angle. You can totally fudge with these things and you know, make your stickers work for you instead of you working around your stickers. Unless, of course, they jump on the page and then you are working for your stickers. Oh, goodness. So spring break was nice. I did get a lot of schoolwork done. I kind of resent it. I kind of wish I hadn't done as much schoolwork as I did, but I mean, I'll be glad later that so much work is done. Does that make sense? And nobody made me do the work, so there's really no one to resent except myself. I was just getting things done because I had the time. All right. Moving on to this week, though. I need to get functional. So functionality works a few ways for me in my planner. One, I use Post-its for reoccurring events. Two, I use icons for either reoccurring or often occurring events. And then three, I use highlighters or box stickers if I have them for other events that I didn't know were coming. For instance, trash night is Monday night. I'm using up these stickers. These are clear stickers I printed on label paper and they don't peel up great. So I'm trying to use them up and see if I can get myself some actual clear sticker paper instead of using label paper. It does work. If you need a hack, printing on label paper does work and cutting with label paper. If you have a cutting machine, but I'm hoping for something that peels up a little easier because they don't peel up great. There you go. There's my little tip for you. All right. So that trash night I remembered because of my stickers and my icon stickers and because of this Post-it. This Post-it will get moved to next week, which is not here in the planner. So I'm just going to put it here and then later I'll put it on next week's. It's not on the back of this because next week will be a new month. So the back of this is the end of the month. Actually, it's what they call the currently page. I don't use the currently page currently. See what I did there? Oh, I cracked myself up. My next icon in my stack is this one, and it goes along with this. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it down right here. And I will accompany that with some highlighter. So this is my husband's game night that he has. And he plays with some friends online. His brother and some college friends and some of their friends. And so it's kind of neat. So then this Post-it will, of course, also get moved to next week. This one I do not believe is happening. But if it does, I'll put it later. This is not happening because it is a church supper week. So while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and put some highlighter down for church supper week. I've got two yellows, and I'm just kind of going between the two. A darker yellow and a not so dark yellow. We don't generally go to church supper, so I'm just going to put one line of text. I don't need to write a time or anything because we don't generally go. It's kind of a long trip to the church for us. So, but I need to know what's happening in place of choir. So that's why that's there. Back to my pile of icons. So I'm just going to start putting these on because if you've watched my channel at all, you know what most of these are for. I won't talk you through every little bit and piece. But while I'm doing it, what shall we talk about? It's so hard to just talk to people these days because what's on most people's minds is politics. Yet, talking about politics, that is not. Oh, I was wondering why my highlighter is being funky. It's responding to the texture of what's on the backside. Anyway, politics are most of what's on most of our minds. I don't think I said that right, but you get what I'm saying. And I don't think I want to talk politics on here. But it's what's on our minds. So then that begs the question of what else do we talk about if we're not talking about politics, right? Like, what's left? It's kind of sad that we can't. It's hard to have a conversation these days. I don't know. Do you find it true? I find it very true. It is hard for me to have a conversation these days without politics coming up. I even try to avoid it because, I mean, it's political for me to even say this, but I'm pretty depressed about a lot of things that are happening. I'm frankly pretty anxious about a lot of things that are happening. I'm worried and concerned, um, both on a personal level and on a national level. Um, and so I try not to talk about it, and yet still we'll be sitting at the dinner table and it comes up. So I guess without talking politics, I guess I'm asking you, how do you not talk politics? Or do you talk politics? Like, are you more comfortable talking about it than I apparently am? So you don't need to talk politics with me. But if you have a secret on how to talk to people these days without everyone getting all uppity about let's not get political, including myself, like I said, I'm uncomfortable. So I'll be like, nope, 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 don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I almost don't know how to talk to people anymore. And that's not a good place to be. Not a good place to be. Okay, so there's my bit of a rant for the day, or for, this thing. All right, so what I was doing was writing in my daughter's work schedule. She gets little TVs because she works at the local PBS station. This is my rehearsal schedule for the musical I run. My husband and I are both public school music teachers. This is my mini musical. And then this little cutie double arrow thing is the middle school and high school musical that my husband is the director of and I am the manager of. So I don't have to be at every rehearsal, but I like to know that he won't be home until late. And then on the days that I can come, I will either go to the entire rehearsal or at least pop in for part of it. So that's what that is. That's everything that I have as far as icons and as far as post-its. So now I get to move on to anything that's happening this week that's not reoccurring, right? And so I've printed out my Google Calendar here, and I will glance at that to see what else I need to put in here. One big thing I want to put in here is my daughter has an interview for an internship on Monday. So I could use a highlighter Or I could use a box because the way I kind of see it is things that have great importance in my life have great weight in my planner. And so out of the Flower Power book, they do have these stickers that will work for boxes. The question is do I want to use one or not? They're not exactly perfect, but I might want to use them. Or I could just use highlighter. I think I want to use one because I've got them. I've got them, right? So this is going to be the sticker I will put in for my daughter's interview. I do not know what time it is, but I will want to, at the very least, send her a text in the morning and wish her good luck in it. So even though I don't know what time it'll be, I know what day it'll be, and that's a big part of it. Is there anything else that I have to put in for this week? I ask that every time, but really, when I'm doing these videos, I'm kind of thinking out loud, and that's what I think. I do believe that is it. That's it. Now more things will come up. And the things that will come up, I will mark with a dot marker. So this I will keep with me. And, if I have like pick up a car or grocery pickup or, whatever, if other things come up, I'll just put a little dot and then write it in. And that's what I will do with the extra things that happen. For instance, these are things that got added in. The highlighted things were things that were planned. So that is what I will do with that. But speaking of my little dot marker, I also use this for steps. So I'm going to get a sticker for steps. Now I could try to use this that goes with that other one. Or is there a yellow one on this other? No, this other one doesn't have a yellow. Wait, hold on. Wait. No. See, there are several like sections here. And I feel like this section might have a yellow box. Oh, that's the same section I just looked at, isn't it? It did not have a yellow box. It does, however. Oh, maybe it doesn't. One of these sections has a yellow quote sticker that I want to use. It's this one. So do we have a yellow box? We do. And it's very much similar yellow. I honestly think between these two, I'll have a little more room to write on this one. So I'm not going to use it, but I am going to save that because I may use that for my quote sticker, which I'm going to have to decide pretty much next. Oof, too much stuff. All right. So I'm going to come here for my steps box. And then I also need, like I said, some kind of quote. So the quotes in this section are mostly black with yellow. I don't really want that. There's a yellow here, but it's got this blue and stuff. I don't want that. Oh, this should have some yellow. Oh, again, black with yellow. Let's just go with this. Which one? Bring on the sunshine or bloom? I think bring on the sunshine. I think that is fitting. It is not an inspirational quote necessarily, but sunshine makes me happy, so that's good enough. Alrighty, Roo. We are cooking with grease. I also want to label this. I usually label it with a complementary color. But I think I'm just going to use yellow. I've never done this. I know. I'm branching out, people. I'm branching out. Watch out, world. So I'm just going to put this here. And it will say steps. This is a lot of yellow. Ooh. Speaking of it saying steps, this was left in the back of my icon pile. And this is just a sheet of words that I use pretty much every week, one of which is steps. And then let's do this dot marker. We make 7 dots. One for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday's sort of on a flower, but that's okay. And that's where I'll write in my steps. And I'm going to need something right here. But before I do that, let's do what I always almost forget. And let's do my to-do lists. Move this out of the way. I'm going to cut these a little bit because they're a little bit longer than I want. These are from Levenger, these little narrow inserts. And I like to put these in my planner for my to-do lists. I don't like to-dos in my regular planner section because that I use for activities and events. And so if I'm going to keep a separate to-do list anyway, I might as well do it in my planner, right? So I will have one of these to-do lists be for at work. And one of them, I don't love this one, the florals on it don't quite match, but it'll work, be for at home. So again, on that same sheet of commonly used black words, I have my at work, which I think I'm going to cut apart just to stack them so I can see those two flowers, those little flowers there. So this is my at work to-do list, which should get a big workout this week. And then this will be my at home, and I'm going to cover those flowers since I don't love them as much. And then I do like to generally kind of decorate at least a little bit. So this is that thing that I cut off of one of these at the bottom here. And so I can take this, and I don't want to use much. I don't like this. Mostly I want a lot of yellow, and if I pull this down here so I don't take up a lot of writing room, I cut off most of the yellow, and it's just green. Am I skilled enough to cut some of this green off? Probably not, but I'm going to try. Yeah, that looks pretty wonky. Ooh, that's wonky looking. Okay, so sometimes when you try something, you ruin a sticker. Or sometimes you just try again. I think maybe I had it a little like too straightish. Let's see how that looks. Is that better? It's still pretty wonky. I'm going to try putting it down. I don't think I'm going to like this, but here we go. Yeah, I hate it. And again, her stickers don't peel up great. They're just really sticky. But hey, it's coming off the Levenger paper really nicely. Okay, so let's see what I can find. Let's pull her book back out. What if I go back to the Flower Power book and pull some of these? I have two of these. They're not the same kind of flower. They're obviously not the same illustration. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking in the background. I don't know how good this microphone is, if you can hear them, but they are barking up a storm because somebody just came home. Don't know who it was. Somebody just came home, and they lose their minds when somebody comes home. We're working on it with them, working on them with it, but we don't have it down yet, obviously. Any tips about that? This book is obviously slightly older because I cannot pull the sticker up. I'm going to go shut the door. All right. Got these up. So if I go, see, it's the same color yellow. It's fine. Let's go like that. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to use this one from Heather Kell's book on one of the pages. And then these two little ones from Flower Power on the other page, obviously. This is going to be the work one because I've already done it. I'm trying again not to take up a ton of writing space. There we go. And we'll just put this little cutie pie right. I don't need as much writing space on the home one. Right there. Okie dokie. Look at that. I know this isn't exact, but I'm okay with that. I could have also saved this Heather Kell sticker and just used the other side of these on the at-home list, but I only had the one little sticker left. What am I saving it for? I mean, really, it's fine. We buy the stickers to use them, not to save them, right? So why not use them up? Okay. Voila. That feels good. I feel good. So let's pull all this out. Let's clean up my mess. And there we go. So these will sit in my planner like this. I can have the work one on top. I can have the home one on top. I can leave one of these in at home or at work. It works out great. And you know what? I'm just now noticing I haven't taken care of this post-it yet. I think it kind of blended with these green leaves. So I need to mark that. And I always give myself 2 lines of text for church because my husband works there. So I never know what else may come up that we have to do, stay for a meeting or go to a lunch or something like that. I am finished, except this always looks empty. This is always looks empty. I need to start preparing for that. I'm slightly at a loss, so I'm going to just kind of try to maybe pull out some washi. So if I put some washi here, let's put some washi here. No, let's go back where I was. Let's put some washi here. And I'm going to do kind of a torn edge here because I like the look. And I'm going to cut it here. But I don't want this to be the only place I use washi. I think I should use it in 3 places. Realistically, it might only get used in 2. So I think I'm going to put a little bit of it up here. I don't know, I think design-wise, if you only have something show up just once, it looks a little odd. This still kind of looks a little odd, but... And then let's put just a little stripe here. It won't be as long. I don't think my torn edge versus my cut edge are looking very different than each other either, but I know I tried. What do you think? Is that worth it? I'm not sure, but it's there. And I have something touching every box. That's what except this one. All right, what if I go back to Flower Power and I get this sticker here that says Bloom? Okay, this is not fulfilling the purpose that it was supposed to fulfill. Because nothing's touching this box. Something needs to go right here. What do I have to go right here? What if it's the other half of the flowers from my to-do list? What if I kind of mark the weekend with this? And then that way something is touching it. And I still have plenty of room to write. That's a little odd. Yeah, I don't like that. That kind of looks like a person peeking out. Do you see that? Is it just me? I think it looks like a person peeking out. Like, like peeking above, like over a fence. Anyway, okay. I digress. Something. I have a plan. I wasn't particularly happy with this anyway. You knew that. You could tell, right? I don't hate it, but I'm not like, oh yeah, gotta keep that. I'm gonna pull him up. And then here in Seasons of Color, there is a sticker, Be the Sunshine, and it's got the green that matches these leaves. And since I already have this sticker that says Bring on the Sunshine, how about I have a sticker that says Be the Sunshine? Still have plenty of space to write, but he's there. He looks a little like he's just floating in air, but that's okay. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Ta-da! And it's similar enough, right? So it works. So now my only funky sticker is on here, but it's all good. It'll blend because it matches the washi. So there we go. Friends, that is my planner spread. So thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. It encourages me greatly and just gives me a little pump of adrenaline and makes me feel like I'm doing something worthwhile here. And if you were inspired by what you saw, even better, give me a subscribe. It costs you nothing. It helps me out. It lets you know when my videos are coming out. It's a great thing. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the first full week of spring, whether it feels like spring or not. And yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy planning. Bye bye.